Hi, Fashion Dolls, and we are back. We just got through concluding our first interview with model actor DeWitt. He was here dropping some gems. Now it is time for our second interview. Our guest today also has been on the show previously, and this is his second time coming on the show. I'm super excited to have him here, and I hope you guys are too. I am loving today's look. This platinum gray is everything. I'm loving it. So without further ado, let's welcome our second guest for today, Nathaniel Brian Anderson.
What's
Pretty
going
good.
on? Can y'all hear me?
I can hear you. How are you?
Man, I'm blessed at my best.
It is a pleasure to have you back. This is our second
Second
interview.
interview, yeah.
Yes. So how has 2023 been for you so far? The last time you were here, you were saying that you was working on some things and you have some things coming up, which we're going to get into. So how has things been since we last spoke?
Man, it's been so much going on. I just relocated back to Los Angeles from Atlanta. Last time y'all talked to me, I was in Atlanta. Now I'm back in LA. I'm on the West Coast back home, and I'm loving it.
So far, so good. And the heat enough for you? Because I know it's enough for me over here in the
I was
Carolinas.
I was actually about to conduct the interview outside in Mama's Garden. Like, if you ever seen Bad Boys 2, Johnny Tapia was like, be in Mama's Garden when they handle business. But I couldn't be in Mama's Garden. It was too hot. So I had to come
Yes.
into I'm in a tiny house right now. It's a little bunker outside in the house in a secret location.
So you have some things coming up. You're in a contest for surviving the cartel. Tell us a little bit about that.
Man, thank you, Stevie, for mentioning that early on. Well, basically, this is what's going on. I just did an audition. I just submitted an audition and it was approved. I was a selected few of people to audition for the second season of Surviving the Cartel. Look it up, Google Surviving the Cartel. It's a dope, dope, dope series, and literally and figuratively. And yeah, man, I just entered the contest, and next Thursday, a week from today at midnight, it's going to be. I'm a share the link with all my family, friends, supporters, and it's going to be on my link in my bio next week, Thursday. You'll be able to vote. I have a whole month to get votes. I need to get 1,500 votes from people who've seen the interview. Each person can vote up to 50 times. And it's all I need is 30 people to vote 50 times, and I will be on Surviving the Cartel. And that's how serious it is. No scam.
All right, Fashion Dolls, you heard that. So what else have you been working on since we last spoke? Because I'm pretty sure you had some projects. We talked and you
Uh-huh.
have some things.
Woo, the last time we talked, when did we talk last? That was January, February?
2022. Let me
Yeah,
check.
yeah, okay,
Yes,
okay.
February
So
27th.
last time we talked, I just been like I told you guys before, I'll be relocating back to LA. So I just been getting all my affairs in order. Got my car out here, just everyday life stuff. I had to get me some money out here, I had to get to a little hustle, everything. So I'm just back in LA, and it's a strike going on right now. So I'm just basically just sharpening my tools, studying another monologue. I study monologues, getting with people trying to do two-person scenes. I did a couple auditions, some non-union auditions and stuff like that. But yeah, it's a lot going on.
I've I've heard about the writer strikes. What are you writer strike? What are your thoughts on that? Because I know it's everywhere, and I've seen a couple people talk about it.
Well, I don't want to speak too much on the writer's strike, but I know the actors are talking going on strike, and I think SAG after is about to go on strike as well. And that's a man, we could talk about that all day as an actor strike. Like we could talk about so whatever question you might have with that, like we could talk about that all day. Because they're talking about paying the actors to go to audition. Like if I get paid to audition, I don't have to have a 9 to 5. I don't have to have a 10 to 2 or whatever, part-time, full-time job. I could totally focus on being an actor. But in turn, I feel like everybody shouldn't get a certain. It's just like a job. You have your top bosses, and then you have your workers and stuff like that. But I feel like I'm a boss, so and I've been in the game 13 years. So if we start breaking down money, we have to really break it down as far as what minimum wage to middle class actors to high class actors to, we got to break it down like that, in my opinion.
Absolutely. So it's sort of like mixed emotions on both aspects, you know, if you look at it from the
Mm-hmm.
writer strike to the actor strike. Because there are so many actors out here that are doing these auditions, that are putting in the work, doing everything that they need to do to make sure that they are qualified for this job or going for whatever part it is that they want. Forever Free Major says, yo.
That's my boy. Oh, go get his project, stream him on YouTube and everything like that. Forever Free Major, a talented hip hop artist, man. What's up, boy?
Now you have the last time we here, you didn't tell us about the other person, Immaculato. Who's Immaculato?
Machiavelli, that's my alter ego, man. That's like my Machiavelli. Tupac had his Machiavelli, and Nathaniel Bryan Anderson got a Maculato. A Maculato is an artist trying to get more into spoken word and everything like that, poetry, rap, whatever you call quote unquote rap, hip hop, quote unquote hip hop. That's my alter ego. That's when I write. That's when I transform and I become a stage artist.
So yeah, I didn't know until I seen it, until you posted. I said, wait, this is new. You're doing music too. So how do you find the balance between the two with doing music
Well,
and acting and working the project?
it's it has its seasons. You know, it has its seasons. Right now, it's totally acting. Right now, everything is just straight acting right now. Trying to get my tools sharpened before we come out. Till we when we come out this strike, I'm gonna try to have another monologue down and stuff like that. But to answer your question, Maculato, you know, I just, you know, he's chilling right now. You know, he's chilling right now, but he's gonna resurface soon to the public, things of that nature. That's my alter ego, Maculato, because basically Maculato is immaculate with an O at the end of it. Instead of an E, you put an O and it's a Maculato. So it's like the immaculate reception is what I want from the people. So, you know, that's, I want to get an immaculate reception as far as an actor, entertainer as a whole, whatever. I'm always looking for the immaculate reception. That's a perfect reception from the people. And that has a couple meanings as well.
So what has been the response to Immaculato, this alter ego? Because the last time you were here, it just unexpectedly, a few days after we did our interview, it just popped up.
Well, as far as the Macolato's affairs, he had a lot going on in Atlanta, but I am a Macalato, so coming back here to LA is different. So it's just a Macalato. He'll come out whenever somebody wants him to come out. You know, if the money's right, if the situation's right, not just the money, but any situation right. Somebody need a writer. I've also wrote video treatments and stuff like that as well for a few artists. Also ghost direct, you know what I'm saying? So like when I say ghost direct, like I'm on a movie set or whatever, and that's just me being a Maculato, you know, it's like my alter ego. It's like it jumps out of me and it's just like I'm like, yo, you should do this, you should do that, you should do this. And that's just being immaculate, that's just being in a perfect situation. So yeah.
And balancing it out.
Hmm.
So with everything coming up, you've got your parts that you're going for, you got your music, you've got your acting, and then this competition. What else can we expect from you in the future? Because this year is just about out, halfway out. I mean, like
Yeah.
the months are going out so fast. We're now in July, and then
Yeah.
before you know it, August
Yeah.
and 2024 will be.
Right now, I'm just really trying to focus on it's just pure acting right now. Like I keep saying that, but that's what it is. You know, I want to start getting out there more with the strike and seeing what's going on with the actor strike. Um, you know, and just getting out of this strike. I have some breaking news as well. I just had an interview for an agent. So last time I talked to you, I said I was gonna go to LA and try to find me an agent. I got out here. I've been out here 4.5 months, and I have just had a callback audition with an agency. I don't want to disclose too much, but yeah, I'm about to get an agent. I'm working on monologues. I'm about to start working on some two-person scenes. I'm just gonna be ready coming out of this, just ready to be like, okay, yeah, I'm not back. I'm just continuing what my journey is, you know.
Great things are coming. So what has it been like doing the shift from Atlanta? Because the last time you were here back in February,
Mhm.
um, we're in Atlanta. Now you're in LA. So what is it like doing the shift from Atlanta to LA? Because I know that was a big change.
Oh yeah. just leaving Atlanta, it was smooth though because I have my family. It's smooth. It was smooth. Like I'm right now, I'm at a family member's house, and I'm about to just relocate and get my own place. So you know how it is when you're doing a big transition like that. Because I was really
Yes.
preparing it a lot. Because I was going back and forth out of town. Because I also have a main career job outside of acting and stuff as well that funds a lot of things I do. So that's why I came to LA for, along with the acting. So it was a very smooth transition because I had a lot of support. So it was very smooth.
What did fam support during the move, going from Atlanta to Los Angeles? They
Of course,
understood.
of course. That's who I talk. You have to plan things out. You can't just get up and go. Um, so I was planning to move for probably about a good year. So yeah, so it was just a smooth transition because I had everything planned out. I plan things every day in my mind. I started to write it down on paper in my notes as well, but it was a very smooth transition. It's been nothing but love.
And it's easy. It's like a piece of cake.
Hmm.
So what are you manifesting in your future for 2024? Because I'm already planning ahead. Like you, I like to write things down and plan ahead. And I also do my vision boards too. I'm a big person on vision boards. Almost everything that I've done on my vision board has been completed and come to full circle.
Yeah.
And I'm very, very happy.
Oh, that's amazing. I need to write. I need to do another vision board. I had one probably about a couple years ago, but I haven't manifest everything on there yet. But it will happen. But I really see myself. That's a great question. I really just see myself on network TV. I'm speaking it. I'm 13 years in now. It can happen. You know what I'm saying? It can happen. It can happen. It will happen. So I really see myself on network TV in a starring role, not a thug, not no big gangster, nothing like I do a lot of low budget productions on. I see myself playing a detective on like a Law and Order type show or something of that nature. So I'm manifesting that, and I'm not going back on my word. I'm just looking forward, and my eyes is in the frontal vision. If I got to look in the rear view real quick, I'm just looking to just keep myself sharp. But my eyes is focused, and I'm driven, and then I'm in my lane. You feel me?
And you getting so much love in the comments as well too. Forever Free Major says, keep going up, bruh.
Up.
And Miss Me underscore B sending love.
Yes.
I see you all coming in.
Yeah. Everybody coming
So,
in now.
so how does it feel to have that support behind you 100%, knowing that you're doing your big career move? Because sometimes doing the big career move can be scary, and change can be scary just in general for all of us in this business.
Well, that's a great question. Great question, Stevie. Huh. I really had to just sharpen my tool, and my tool being my mind, not going into things thinking like, oh my God, I'm about to take over. This is about to blow. This is about to do this, that, and the third. People who've been in this game for a long time know that this game is tricky. You know what I'm saying? This game is very tricky. It's very fickle and stuff like that. Hollywood, I don't want to just say Hollywood as a whole, whatever, because I don't want to be blackballed, blacklisted. I'm just saying, like, you just have to I really just sharpen my tool, really retooling my mind. I had a lot of downfalls as far as the acting where people just not picking me for things.
Yeah.
And I've had a lot of gains on my own. So, like, when I get with this new agent, I have a new agent I'm about to sign with. That's breaking news. When I sign with this new agency, I just want them to really close deals for me. Anybody can click and submit. I do that all day. It's a lot of people just clicking and submitting and call themselves managers or agents or whatever. They're just clicking and submitting for projects. When I say clicking and submitting, they're just doing what I can do on Actors Access myself.
Right.
I really
Right.
need that old school hustle. My mom, who is like the Oracle, when you're in the Matrix, you come to the Oracle's house to get what you have to get. That's my mother. She's really like that. And she really instilled a lot of things in me. And people just have to close deals for me because I'm doing my job. I've been at my wits end with management and prior agents and stuff like that. But this time it's like this will be my I'm not afraid to say this will be my fourth agency I'll be with in the last 13 years. I'm like Chris Paul in this, you know what I'm saying? I'm still searching for my ring. but now I'm signed with the Warriors. You feel me? So yeah.
And sometimes you have to let go of certain things. Our previous guest just said that sometimes you have to change things up in your career in order to get better. And that's in any aspect, whether it's acting or fashion. Trust me, I've had to let people go, but I'm satisfied with the team that I have behind me now, 100%. Even the ones like my family members supporting and encouraging me along the ways too. My mom also has been a pivotal factor in my life as well. So I'm thankful for her.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, I really commend you too. You really sticking to this platform. You giving us opportunities. This is my second interview. I never thought that. I mean, I was just like, you reached out and everything. So I appreciate you, and I appreciate you interviewing me again for real. It's a great platform. Anytime you need me, if I blow up tomorrow, or I'm still the same person, but hopefully next year, I've been constantly progressing. Last time we talked to now, so that if you want to do a third interview, I'll probably be on a movie set in my trailer somewhere. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna call it. I'm gonna be in my trailer. So yeah.
All right. Yes, and that's another thing. We talked about also too is sticking to your passion. If this is something that you really want to do, to anybody that's wanting to get into acting, you continue to keep following it because it's not an easy journey. Sometimes you're going to have to cut some people loose along the process. The bigger
Mm-hmm.
you get, you're going to have to reevaluate your team and limit your team. And I must say, I'm thankful for the people that I have behind me. And that's to anybody out here. That would be my advice to anybody that is looking to become an actor or get into this business. And that is staying true to who you are and finding a great team to help you get to even better opportunities. I'm thankful.
Facts, facts, facts. Yeah, it's man. Yeah, yeah. You know I love your questions, so keep them coming. You know what I'm saying? Keep them coming. I'm here. Yeah.
So, what else are you manifesting for 2024? Because this year has went by so fast. So many things have
Mm-hmm.
happened. We've lost so many people. We've gained so many new things. What has 2023 taught you so far?
2023 has taught me to. I mean, it really has just taught me to really value relationships. Value
Mm,
relationships. You don't know if somebody gonna be here today, going tomorrow. You feel me? And that's literally like no way around it. Like you know what I'm saying? I've lost some important people in my life, family members that really supported me. So it's like you don't know who's gonna be here. So you have to really just kind of like be business and not everything is not personal. You feel me? Everything is not personal. Uh I have a problem with feeling like, you know, I forgot the right word, but just really, taking things and thinking that somebody's talking about me or that person looking at me crazy or like what's going
mm,
on, like but people just see you and I had a friend of mine say she was looking at my astrology chart and my birth chart, and I don't want to get too deep into that, but she was like, you like the sunlight, like you coming to you like the sun is shining right now. That's how you appear to people. So sometimes people might do this to the sun, or they might squint or whatever, or somebody people like to bathe in the sun. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, I'm a sunlight. So if I'm coming into a dark situation, I'm bringing light to it. It's like some people love it, most people love it, but some people gonna hate it. So that's just me as a person I am. It's either I'm love, hated, or in between. So I just learned it just made me strong. You feel me? I'm very strong. I just celebrated my 39th birthday. I
yeah.
don't mind telling my age. Just celebrated my 39th birthday. I'm progressing as an actor. You feel me? And it's not just all about me. It's about my people I support. People love me. People are rooting for me to make it. You feel me? So it's not just about me. It's about and it ain't just like, okay, they just want money out of me or whatever. It's been people that's giving me things financially, spiritually, emotionally, and it's just like I cannot let nobody down right now. Cause like, if I left myself down, I'd be letting a lot of people down.
And what gives you that drive to keep going?
Oh man, really, to be honest with you, I don't want to work a job the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
I have to commend the people in my family that's been on the job 44 years. Or like
Wow.
my pops, God rest his soul, he was on the job for like 20 years. Retired and stuff like that. Or like I really commend that, but it's just something to me. It's like, dang, I don't know if I can do that. I could barely sit down this class at school, like, you know, and be have attention. But imagine being on a job 44 years, one job or two jobs, whatever, just to retire. It's like, and everywhere I go, all my jobs I work and stuff like that, it end up not being my purpose. So I know my purpose is to really be an actor. Like I feel like I wasn't born to do it. It's just it's something I made a decision on. I practice, and we talking about practice. But I'm ready to get in the game. You feel me? Because of all the practice, you know. Yes, I'm excited. I'm excited.
And I know your father is proud. You talked about him the last time you were here.
Yeah.
He is looking down on you. He is
Mm-hmm.
proud.
Yeah.
What is
Yeah.
more gems that your mom and your family is giving you along the way?
Well,
Going into this journey from Atlanta to now Los Angeles to now furthering your career even more.
other gems. Well, my the other day I told my mom I still had that kid in me where it's like I try to get it out of me, but it's just it drives me. Like I'd be like, Mom, guess what? I just got the agent. I've been looking for an agent for 4 months out here in LA. So when I first touched down, when I was taking care of my getting my insurance right in LA, switching my tags over, just the everyday things, like from going across country, getting my car out here. You know what I'm saying? Not just me, I have some help getting my car out here and all that within 4 months. My mom was like, look, you just got to sit back. And she always gives me a message, even if I don't want to hear it. You know, she be like, you have to, your journey, you know, you just got to recognize this is your pour out season. And she don't never tell me that. Like, she always keep it real with me. Like, she like, this your pour out season. Because it's like, it could be like, wow, because you go through so much bad in life. It's like, when the good come, it's like, hold up, man, when the bad gonna happen? Like, you know what I'm saying? But you got to I have to retool my mind to know that it's just goodness coming to me. You know what I'm saying? There's good things coming to me. You know, my enemies gonna be my enemies. My lovers gonna be my lovers. My friends gonna be my friends to whatever. You know, if they switch up, but as long as I stay solid in me, I know it's like, you know, it's going to happen. You feel me? And I another thing, my number one thing I've been working on is my age. I feel like, okay, I'm too old, this, that, and the third. I retooled my mind to know that I'm not. You feel me? I'm not. I'm never too old for this. You know what I'm saying? I might be too old to be a rapper or whatever, but I'm never too old to be a poet or a spoken word artist. You know, I'm never too old to be an actor because Morgan Freeman's still doing it. He doing it. You feel me? So it's like Denzel's still doing it. You know, a lot of people are still doing it. Just because I haven't got to their status yet, their stature, I'm still doing it. You feel me? When I stop doing this, when I quit, and I'm not gonna quit.
We just talked about that with D. We
Yeah,
talked
I
about
watched it.
ageism, and in this business, whether it's on all aspects, whether it can be the entertainment side from acting to directing to producing
Yeah,
to the fashion world, modeling.
yeah,
It's like they put a certain age bracket on on how long you on where you should stop. But the thing is,
yeah,
if this is your passion, you keep going for it.
yeah.
And D just said that
Yeah, I
not
did.
too
I
long ago.
watched the interview. I actually watched most of the interview. That's why I'm inspired from what he was saying.
Yes, so at any age, it doesn't matter what age you are, if this is something that you are passionate about doing, which is acting, go for it. And that would be my advice to anybody, even modeling. It's never too late. And I've seen most fashion shows in the fashion world, working in the fashion world, where designers are putting models of all ages in their shows. They do not discriminate. I know Balenciaga, not too long ago in their show, had models of all ages from all generations in their show.
Yeah.
So it goes to show you that if you work hard, it doesn't matter what age you are. You can have longevity in this business.
Hmm.
There's no discrimination, but ageism is a thing, and you must continue to keep calling it out.
Yes. Yes. It's because there's so many people that fought for us. Like, and I'm not just talking about, okay, what they say about us blacks. You know, I'm gonna make a little racial, like, okay, you know, or we say about ourselves, like, you know, people died for us for slavery. You feel me? Like that. We understand that. We understand that. You show us on TV every day that we were slaves. But what about the people in the 80s? What about the people in the 60s that had went through riots, and people in the 80s that went through riots, and even like the
Right?
people like that were designer like workers and people to workers. You feel me? It's been people that's been workers for years. You feel me? You know, I have family members that's retiring now. They've been on their job 40 something years. Like, it's people that work for us and fought for us to do what we want to do. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes we so spoiled and we so arrogant. It's like we don't think about it like that. I think about it like that. I think about all aspects, you know, from when we, you know, from our family lineage. If you don't mind me, if you understand what I'm saying, like, you know, so it's different levels to people that have fought for us to get where we are today, and it's just like we have to really recognize that. You know what I'm saying? We have to recognize that, and yeah.
And that's to anybody. Understand and do your research if you're wanting to join into this business.
Yeah.
Because there's so many outlets and resources out here that can help you if you're looking to
Mm-hmm.
succeed. And the thing is, you're talking about someone's age. These people have been in the business and worked in the business for a long time. So it's always great to go back. Like, I have a mentor. Shout outs to my mentor, Miss Melody
Okay.
XOXO, and then my brother K2, always encouraging me, always making sure that I'm okay, that I'm all right, and giving me
Mm-hmm.
advice and points because they from their previous business experiences too. So it's like the next generation teach the next generation, and the next generation teach the next generation. And that's what it's
Yeah.
like on my end. I'm thankful to have people like that in my corner who've been in the industry, who understand the industry. Because my mom, I mean, I wasn't raised up into this. She wouldn't know anything about it. So, I mean, only going by what I've learned and was taught from my mentors, that's what helps her. So, right.
And elaborate more on that. Another issue is like it's a lot of people that's talented and it's like not getting on because you got these people like, all right, you have people, and I'm not, it's no kind of hate or shade. It's like when you recognize the people that's on, their family was like their mom, they were like heir to the thrones of like actors and entertainers and stuff like that. And people that parents just worked hard for them and this, that, and the third, you know, they just don't play basketball or they just don't, you know, or I came from the ghetto and then my mom sacrificed her whole life and I became a basketball player. My daddy was in jail. Mom was on crack and all that. It's a lot of hardworking people for years from the 80s, 70s, 60s, 90s on that don't have this typical, you know, black or African American struggle. And it's just like, I don't want to get too deep in that, but you know what I'm saying? That's just my theory, you know, like, you know, I don't want to have the typical story, you know what I'm saying? I want to have the typical story of just, you know, of failure to conquering, you know what I'm saying, that they put on us, you feel me? And then, you know, and I don't have no family that came up in the entertainment industry. You know, I have family that came up in the sports industry, so it's harder for me too. So, you know, it's like I'm gonna continue to fight and keep doing my thing, you feel me?
And it puts a lot of pressure on people that are expected to learn certain things if they're in sports or whatever. It's
Mm-hmm.
just like, this is not my arena. My arena is something else. Like,
Mm-hmm.
my brother chose another avenue. We all, our parents let us have range to choose whatever passion we wanted to
Yeah.
do. I wanted to do beauty school. I
Yeah.
wanted to do hair.
Yeah.
That was always a passion. My brother chose the military. First, it was a rap artist,
Yeah.
and it was something else. Now he said, "Okay, I'm gonna go into the military," and that's what he wants to do.
Yeah.
So our parents let us have full range and creative control, and that's for any household going up. Speak of the devil, I just mentioned K-Tukes being that support system and
Yeah.
like a mentor to me as well, too, like a brother, always checking to make sure that I'm all right. And now's the time, and so many others who just came in here.
Man, I have
I'm
to,
thinking.
I'm sorry.
Go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I had to I was just thinking about, I didn't mean to cut you off. I was thinking about what you just said about your family and stuff. That's one thing I really have to commend my mom, my sister, you know, my immediate family, because they have never deterred me from any doing whatever I want to do. You feel me? Like, my mama let me do what I want to do. Like, she never was like trying to make decisions like, you got to do this, you got to do that. She was like, boy, she instilled things in me and she let me do what I want to do. You feel me? As long as I was out here getting some money or, you know, doing my thing, I felt that love and that compassion and connection. Like, I always felt it, but it's just like my parents let me do what I want to do. You feel me? And it's just like when after you turn 18, whatever, or you get out their house or you in their house, come back,
You're on
you
your
are
own.
grown
Right.
and you got to do what you got to do. Like when I was in high school, I was like, I didn't make the smartest decision in high school. It was all on me. I should have furthered my education, and that's one of my regrets is not going to college and being like a, a frat guy and all that. But God had me go through this for a reason. You know what I'm saying? I couldn't sit still in class long enough. Maybe I would have had a whole bunch of student loan debt and failed and dropped out. You feel me? So I don't have no regrets right now. You feel me? I just really am proud of the man I'm becoming and everything like that. And anybody out there that really just believe in me, I ain't gonna let you down. It's about to go down this year. We ended 2023 strong in second half, and 2024, the 40th year of my life existence, it's going down. It's about to go down, like for real.
And let me read some of you guys' comments. Now's the time. He's been a colleague of mine for a very, very long time. He says, but when you're blessed with the right people to encourage you, that's the best for creative minds. And I'm thankful to have these people in my corner. It's very interesting on how much hard work we have to put into following our goals and dreams on being successful, creative, intergenerational collective work responsibility. Yes,
That's
it's a lot that
powerful.
goes into it. And K-Tubes we just talked about that yesterday about how much work we put into this business, in the entertainment business in general, and the people don't see what goes on behind the scenes with all of us as creators, as directors, as actors, as hosts of platforms. It's a
Yeah,
lot that goes in behind the scenes with all of us.
yeah, 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 for real. For real, Yeah. I'm
And then when
seeing
you
some
guys
people coming in I ain't seen in a
see,
while. So I'm like, oh man, like I'm tripping right now.
and then when you guys see the finished product, it's just like, wow,
Mhm.
yeah, we put in the work, we did everything we need to do to make this project happen.
Yeah,
And that's for any director, film director, director, di-
yeah. Nah,
director, or
I know
anybody.
what you're saying.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like for real. I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. Like, woo, man, I'm proud of you. You know what I'm saying? I'm proud of you because I see the journey, I see the commitment. You know what I'm saying? You being yourself and just keep doing it. You know what I'm saying? You got my support whenever you want to do interviews, behind the scenes, create. You can DM me,
Uh-huh.
we be creative. You know what I'm saying? Like everything, because I do a lot. Low key. Like I'm like a ghost at a lot of different things. I'm trying to be in the forefront more. You feel me? But I've done a lot for different people and stuff like that. So and then, yeah, so anytime you want to talk creative and everything like that, hit me up. Yeah, I'm a DM away for real. And I appreciate you once again. Yep.
Always, always great catching up with you.
Yeah.
And this was it to anybody out here. Both interviews, both conversations today were needed because
Yeah.
it's a lot of people that want to get into the business, independent artists, independent
Yeah.
outlets that are
Yeah.
looking to go into their own craft and branch out on their own. And
We
I
got
hope
20.
both of the interviews, conversations today have helped anybody. Now's the time to say that I was proud of all the media coverage with the independent media outlets at the BET Awards. Yes, we are now seeing a rise of Black filmmakers, Black directors. Me and Nathaniel just talked about it a few minutes ago, which is the writer strike that is going on.
Mhm.
People are still out here persevering and creating their content,
Yeah.
brainstorming their own ideas, and
Yeah.
now taking the initiative to direct their own roles, direct their own characters, develop all of these things that we love so much.
Yeah.
So we're now seeing the rise in that, and I would love to see more. I hate that it took the pandemic for it to finally happen, but we've had it all along. We've had it all along.
Yeah. 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 To elaborate more on that, I feel like this is what I feel like going into like 2024 on to like the 20 to the next decade, we're gonna see a lot more things from the 80s that we went through, the 90s,
Mm-hmm.
the 70s and stuff. You know what I'm saying? They just doing a lot of like, slave movies and stuff like that. That's cool, but it's a lot of black directors that's doing stuff like it's a lot of stuff that you rarely hear about. It'll get into the media for a couple of days and then it's stuff that's being worked for the next 4 or 5 years. You feel me? Coming out the pandemic. The pandemic really stopped a lot of things, but you know, there also people kind of use the pandemic to really chill out and stuff and be at home and everything like that too. But it's God bless the souls that was lost during the pandemic to whatever. But it's go time again for real, you know. All my people, I'm shouting out my people that sitting at home working on monologues or sitting at home writing content, you know, creating things. It's a lot going on. But also on the other hand, everybody can't do what a Desi Banks do or a Ha Ha Davis do or stuff like that. Because people come at me like, oh bro, you gotta do this and that. I'm like, I think to myself, sometimes I might say it to him like, would Denzel do that? You know?
Right.
I can't do what everybody do. I want to be a respected actor. Even I have to watch my funny sometimes because I want to be serious. You know, I want to be respected as a serious actor. I really think in my mind, would Denzel do that? Like, what would Denzel do? Like, what would Jesus do? You feel me? Like, straight up.
And shout out to Now's the Time for calling out all these amazing actors who are out here doing the work, as well as the ones Nathaniel mentioned too.
Yeah.
It's so many out here. I hate that this even happened for us to realize that we had the talent all along within ourselves. And we go to these other outlets, mainstream outlets like a BET or wherever, but you've got Tubi, and people sort of look, there's sort of like this stigma about Tubi films, like, oh, you created that on Tubi. But listen, these are Black filmmakers and directors.
Yeah.
Half the stuff that we would see on these mainstream outlets like Showtime or BET is just as great. It's the same thing. So give them an opportunity as well too. They're an up and coming filmmaker and director.
Yeah.
And it could be right there in the area. You never know.
Yeah. Yep. Yep. Yep.
But that stigma needs to be broken when it comes to looking down on these filmmakers out here who are making films for Tubi.
But
you
yeah,
know?
you right. On one hand, you are very correct. On the other hand, there's been some garbage on Tubi too. Like I've been a part of some garbage on Tubi, and I've been a part of some great movies on Tubi. You feel me? So it's like, not, and I'm not taking a jab at nobody, but we also got to kind of recognize like you can't just wake up and be like, wake up with a camera and be like, okay, I'm about to go to the Oscars. You feel me? That's like a joke.
Right.
You feel me? You know, it's a long time from the couch to the casting couch. You feel me? You know, so it's like it's a lot of people that just I get a lot of issues with people where it's like they wake up and they be like they see me on my journey and they be like, you know, they BSing throughout their days, you know, and I might be BSing with them a little bit too, but I'm still working and they be like, but they see where I'm going and they be like, bro, you know, man, we need to just do this, like, and I'm like, we got to really talk about this. You feel me? We got to really talk about this, like, you know, because I've been in this for a minute and I still ain't made it yet. Like I said, I'm like Chris Paul. You know, I'm going on my fourth, fifth franchise, and I'm still trying to get my ring. You feel me? You know, yeah, straight up.
And we keep going. The marathon will continue.
Marathon
We keep
continue.
going.
I'm sorry, I keep talking over you. I'm sorry. You got
No,
me
you're
past.
good. The
Okay.
marathon will continue. It's a race for each and every one of us every day. And that's to anybody who's looking to get into this business. It's not going to be easy. And I've just told this to D. You're going to have, and he said it too, you're going to have a lot of no's. But the thing is, you can't let one no deter you from where you need to be. And that is greatness. 100%.
Yeah. Um, we can get into the no's because I got more no's than I ever got yeses. You know, it's been times I might have bombed the audition just because I ain't eat that morning or something. Like I remember, I'm gonna tell you a story, and this is crazy. You know how God works when you just don't even see it. I was on BMF the first 2 seasons. Now I wasn't Meech or Terry, you feel me? You know, but in the first season I worked with Wood Harris. I got a picture with him. I love that picture to this day. You know, I had a small part. Then the next season I had a bigger part. You feel me? I was K9, character K9's muscle. You feel me? But when they had the first casting call for BMF, and it was in Atlanta, and it was at Sweet Lounge in Atlanta, early in the morning. You feel me? Now, mind you, they took the approach I like to say, it's like the NWA approach. Let's click of the mouse. Back in the day, I auditioned for NWA too. Basically, F. Gary Gray kind of had a genius idea of getting the word out to the streets. So he'll do an open casting call for anybody. So you have everybody's neighborhood there. So everybody in the streets talking about it. So 50 of them did the same thing. I'm not saying 50 of them piggybacked off of F. Gary Gray, but they did the same thing. So everybody in Atlanta was at this audition. I was the 23rd person to audition.
Wow.
One of my homies, he was in the first line. JB Brown, he's an acting coach. He called me. It was like he woke me out my sleep like, bro, they down here. So I rushed down there, but I didn't properly eat and stuff like that. So I got into the audition. There was so many people in there doing so many different things. I bombed the audition, and I know I did. You know, I walked out there, bombed the audition. I'm not afraid to say it. But I went to Facebook and I got into all these groups. Like that's another thing. I get into like these Facebook groups and Instagram, and you get these casting calls, and they say, and they be real, you know, like cab casting, Hilton casting and stuff in Atlanta. And when I was in Atlanta, and they say, you know, we're looking for this for BMF. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna do it. You know, I'm gonna stand there. I'm gonna be background, of course. Then you get on set, and I go to the costume director. I go to the costume director and be like, hey, how y'all doing today? Not doing too much. I'll be like, how y'all doing, man? I'm Nate. What's your name? You know, just cordial conversation, no kind of arrogance or nothing. And then they'll remember my face, and God's grace come, and they pick me out the crowd like, yo, you're going to put this suit on. You're going to be next to Wood Harris. So I'm working with Wood Harris now, and I was just at background. You know what I'm saying? But your patience have to come with the weight. Like Jack Nicholson said, I don't get paid to act. I get paid to wait. You feel me? And that's real. You know, I get so impatient when I be waiting. But then I start working. You could be on set. You start working and start networking with other people. And you got a group of people. So do background. You know, don't let these people tell you don't do no background. That's how you get on in this industry. You never know where your blessing comes. You never know. You start doing some background and everything. You know, you could go. That's when you can wake up in the morning, go on Facebook and be like, I'm going to do some background and get paid. You feel me? So I love that. Like, I love that I went from bombing the audition. I basically broke my ankle. I basically broke a leg, but then I was in the cast. You feel me? Literally. You feel me? So, yeah.
And that's to anybody. You never know where your blessing can lead if you start off someplace. You have to start someplace from the beginning and get to point A. And a lot of people want the lead role or next to the lead role. And in certain cases, that's not going to happen all the time. You have to go for what is out there. And you never know where that opportunity could lead.
Straight up. Straight up. I love this platform, Stevie. Like, straight up, I love it.
All right, Fashion Dolls, do we have any questions for myself or Nathaniel? I see you all are coming in here. Shout outs to Hypnotic Skincare. Make sure you guys go and check her out. She is awesome. And Black owned. That's another thing. So make sure you guys are supporting all Black owned businesses as well, too. She sent me some of her body scrub. Amazing. And I did a review on it not too long ago. So you guys make sure y'all go and check that out. It's somewhere in my stores. I don't have to dig in the archives. But y'all go and check out Hypnotic Skincare. Do we have any questions for myself and Nathaniel, ladies and gentlemen?
If we don't, they got any questions? Hey, Steve, I want to say one more.
Go ahead.
I'm sorry.
Sorry.
My bad. I keep cutting you off. I get so excited with this interview. You know, I want everybody to go next Thursday, July 20th at midnight. It'll be a link in my bio. I just auditioned for Cartel. What's the name of it? Don't get me wrong. Surviving the Cartel.
Yeah.
Season 2 coming out. Excuse me, y'all. Surviving the Cartel Season 2. They're having a contest going on right now. I was a selected few actors to be chosen. I've auditioned for a role as a lawyer. I'm giving y'all some inside scoop right now. And next week, I will be a link in my bio. Check out my story. Check out my post. You can vote up to 50 times next Thursday at midnight. I'm dropping the link. Vote for me. I need 1,500 votes in a month. Each person can vote 50 times. That's 30 people voting 50 times. 20 people voting 25, or 20 people voting 75 times, something like that. But anyway, vote for me, man. I appreciate y'all. If you want to see me on Surviving the Cartel in the cast in a major way, this contest is going down next week, man. For real.
And K-Tubes has a question for you. K-Tubes says, what's your dream acting project?
My dream acting project would be playing a detective in a recurring series, like a Law and Order. Really be a staple on something. When they say staple, I want to be a staple on something. And that's really like a Law and Order, something up and coming, something real powerful on a major network and things of that nature. So that'd be my dream job. And just staying sharp, just keeping my mind sharp and just keeping my memory alive. You feel me? Straight up. Just keeping my memory alive. And I don't mean that being me being, somebody dying. I want to keep my memory alive. That means memorizing these lines, because that's the hardest part, really sitting down and memorizing these lines and understanding what you're talking about before you audition. Because you really only got up to 3 days to turn an audition. You have to turn an audition within 24 to 72 hours to really be serious. You feel me? So really just memorization, keeping my mind sharp, understanding my character, understanding my method. You know what I'm saying? My method to my madness, a method to my whatever, being a method actor, quote unquote method actor, because that's what I do. I get into the character. I want to know, what I'm saying? Like I had an audition the other week for a trucking company, and if I get that audition, I'm about to go ride a truck with my cousin. He owns a trucking company. So I'm gonna have to hop in that truck with him and really understand how to be a trucker. You feel me? So I'm multitasking. I'm in the truck with him studying my lines. I'm up all night studying lines. Like I love doing this, man. And anybody watching me that has a project or anything of that nature, if that S with 2 lines in it is good, just holler at me for real, because I'm out here.
All right, Fashion Dolls. Any more questions while you guys are typing your questions for Nathaniel? I'm going to leave you guys with the final word of the day, which ties into both conversations that we had today, which is going through everything that you've been through to overcome to get to the top. And it comes from my girl, Meg Thee Stallion. She says this is how I go into every situation. I treat it as if nothing is impossible. So I don't let anything limit me. Let anything stop me. Let anything scare me. And that's to anybody. Don't let anything scare you or stop you from going after your dreams or endeavors in life. It's going to be some obstacles out there. You're going to have some no's, but the key trick is to keep going, keep persevering, and don't give up. Trust me, it's a lot of hard work, but in the process, in the end result, you'll be so pleased. And that is from Meg Thee Stallion.
It is a hot girl summer because it's burning up here in Atlanta, in LA. It's a hot girl summer.
And down here in South Carolina too. I'm over here trying to keep cool. And doing this interview, I've had such a great time, both conversations today. And if we don't have any questions, Nathaniel, do you have any words of encouragement that you would like to leave? Because you have. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm so sorry. I'm trying to get my interviewing thing down where I don't be cutting nobody out. So you have to excuse me. I'm so passionate. My words of encouragement would be this. I get a lot of questions on people just when I have a lot of questions from people asking me, what do I have to do to be an actor? I had my auntie, she said, I just retired. I want to start doing it. Or I had somebody quit their job or lost their job. You have to basically get up in the morning, go to Facebook, go to Instagram. It's easy. Go to Instagram, join some groups, and just start typing things and start Googling. We have Google, we have YouTube, we have Instagram, we have all this Y2K stuff that is good for us and it's bad. But the good of it is you can get up in the morning, go to your phone, and you can look up and you can be on a movie set. Be professional, be on time. Be on time. I'm always on time. I'm always on time, no matter what's going on in my personal life. I'm on time. You feel me? If I'm not on time, something is really wrong, and you need to check in with me. You feel me? Yeah, just be professional. Talk to people. I always have to come out of my comfort zone. I be in my head a lot. I start getting around too many people. I don't be trusting people. So I'll be like, man, but I go to the important people. Not saying nobody else is not important. We all important in some right, but I go to the casting, the costume designer, the makeup artist, the all these people that make this project what it is. That the first eyes you see. Don't get on set thinking you gonna talk to Tyler Perry. You're not supposed to talk to Tyler Perry. That's not gonna happen. Oh, Tyler gonna pick up my script. Like, no, it's not gonna happen.
Not like that. It's
But
a lot.
then,
It's a lot more that goes into it.
but Sharice or this whatever that's the makeup lady that's on the set, and she just got on. She was at that job last week. Now she on the set with Tyler Perry. Then the next week she could be working with Tyler Perry, and she could be doing her own project, and you could be cool with her. You know, don't be so arrogant that you can't pick up nobody bad and be in their life like that. You feel me? And I want to shout out the people that's like, you know, like I wish I knew how to cut hair and fix cars and do makeup and all that, because y'all out here winning. You feel me? I'm a salesman, maybe. Like, you know, but I'm just tripping right now, Stevie. You know, so I'm having fun on this platform. But I appreciate everything. You know, y'all look for that link in my bio next week, next Thursday. Y'all follow me, Nathaniel Brian Anderson, and it's just like that.
Surviving the Cartel. Make sure you guys go and vote. Be on the lookout for that link, and make sure you guys are following Nathaniel. Joining me tomorrow, Fashion Dolls, we have Mike Foster. He's going to be joining me, closing out the lineup for this week. So make sure you guys stay tuned for that. Nathaniel, as always a great time catching up with you.
Thank you, Stevie.
You are so welcome. We got to set something back for you to come up in the winter.
Of course. I'm calling it now. The first interview I was in Atlanta. This interview I'm in LA. The next interview I will be on a movie set. So y'all catch me in the trailer. So between time studying the script, we're gonna do this interview again. So part 3 gonna be in the trailer. I'm calling it right now.
All right, manifesting it. Let's do it. All right, Fashion Dolls. Nathaniel Brain Anderson, I had such a great time catching up with you.
Thank you. Thank you, Stevie. Part 3.
You are so welcome. Yes.
All right.
Stay tuned, y'all. Take care,
All right.
everyone.